Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something I think pretty much everyone experiences, daily stress.
Absolutely. It's that constant hum, isn't it? Work, family life, just the pace of things.
Exactly. And, it can feel pretty overwhelming. So our goal here is to really pull out some practical, actionable strategies, things you can actually do.
Right. Not about eliminating stress entirely. That's probably not realistic. It's more about building resilience, finding healthier ways to react to the pressure.
And we're drawing on some really solid material for this, Episode 9 of Lifelines by Supreme Medic, and the related article, Daily Stress Management Strategies, both from Dr. Sudha Ram Vishnoy.
Yes, and what I like about Dr. Vishnoy's approach is how practical and honestly reassuring it feels. It's focused on tangible steps.
There's this quote included from Hans Selye that really seems central. It's not stress that kills us, it is our reaction to it.
That really sets the stage. It puts the power back in our hands, doesn't it? It's about managing the reaction.
Okay, so let's start there. What's actually happening in our bodies when we feel stressed? That fundamental response.
Well, fundamentally, stress is your body's natural alarm system. It kicks in when there's any kind of demand, physical, emotional, you name it.
The classic fight or flight.
Exactly. That system gets triggered, and hormones like cortisol and adrenaline flood your system. They basically prepare you to, well, fight the threat or run away from it.
Which was great for, cavemen facing predators.
Precisely. But our modern stressors, deadlines, traffic, emails, they trigger the same physiological response. Your body gears up for intense physical action.
But you're just sitting at your desk.
Right. And that energy, those hormones, they don't get used up in the way they were designed to. So they linger. And that's where the problems start. Understanding that mismatch is kind of the first step.
That makes sense. So when that system is activated, but maybe not for a life or death reason, how does that actually show up for us? What are the common signs? Because they can be quite varied.
Oh, definitely. The sources list quite a few. Physically, you might get things like tension headaches, feeling really tired even when you've slept, that tight neck and shoulder thing.
Oh, yeah, the shoulder tension. I know that one.
Right. Or even digestive issues. Then emotionally, it might be feeling anxious, irritable, snapping easily, or just having big mood swings.
And behaviorally.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Like changes in eating, maybe eating more comfort food or losing your appetite altogether. Sleep problems are huge, of course. And difficulty concentrating, that feeling of brain fog.
It's like our body's trying to tell us something's wrong in all these different ways.
That's a good way to put it. SOS signals.
And we know sometimes a little pressure is good, right?
Yeah.
Helps us perform. But the danger is when that alarm bell just keeps ringing.
Exactly. That short burst can be motivating, but when it goes on and on, weeks, months, that's chronic stress. And that is where the serious health risks come in, according to Dr. Vishnoy's work.
Like what kind of risks?
Well, links to anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, even heart disease risk goes up. It can weaken your immune system, mess with your sleep constantly, throw hormones out of balance, even contribute to weight gain. It really takes a toll.
So managing it isn't just nice to have, it's actually essential for long-term health.
It really is.
Yeah.
Proactive management is key.
Okay, so we get the picture stress happens, chronic stress is bad. Let's talk solutions. What can we do, like right now, in the moment when stress hits? The sources had some great immediate techniques.
They did. And one of the most powerful and always available is your breath.
Just breathing seems too simple.
It sounds simple, but think about it. When you're stressed, your breathing gets shallow, quick, right? Almost panicky.
Yeah, definitely.
So consciously slowing it down, deepening the breath, sends a direct signal to your nervous system. Hey, it's okay to relax.
And there are specific techniques mentioned, like 4-7-8.
Yep, one source details that. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts.
Yeah.
Hold gently for 7, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 8. Another variation mentioned is inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6. The key thing in both is that longer exhale. That really stimulates the vagus nerve, which helps switch on the relaxation response.
And even just a minute or two can help.
Absolutely. A few cycles can make a noticeable difference right then and there. It's like a mini reset button you carry with you.
I like that. A portable reset. What about moving our bodies? Exercise always comes up.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Exercise is a fantastic stress buster. It gets those endorphins flowing, natural mood lifters.
Right.
And it helps regulate cortisol, bringing that stress hormone down. Plus, it just generally boosts mood, energy, and improves sleep quality later on. It hits stress from multiple angles.
Do we need to run a marathon, though?
Not at all. That's the good news. The sources emphasize moderate activity, like 20-30 minutes most days. A brisk walk is great.
Mhm.
Yoga, stretching, even just dancing around your living room.
Dancing counts. Excellent.
Definitely. And even if you only have 10 minutes, a short walk outside can really help clear your head. Just getting the blood flowing makes a difference.
Okay, so breathing, moving. What about the mental side?
Mindfulness and meditation came up too.
Yes, mindfulness is basically about being present, paying attention to right now without judgment, not worrying about yesterday or stressing about tomorrow.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Well, for sure. But meditation is a practice that helps train that ability. The sources suggest starting small, like maybe 5 minutes of guided meditation. There are tons of apps and YouTube videos for that.
So you don't need to sit cross-legged for an hour chanting.
Nope. And mindfulness isn't just formal meditation. You can practice it while eating, really tasting your food, or while walking, noticing your feet on the ground, the sounds around you. Even journaling your thoughts without judging them is a form of mindfulness.
Just bringing your attention back to the present, gently.
Gently is the key word.
Okay, those are great for in-the-moment relief. But what about building up more of a long-term defense against stress? The sources talked about daily habits, like a calm morning routine. Yeah, how you start your day can really set the tone. The advice is pretty clear. Try not to grab your phone first thing and dive into emails or news.
Guilty as charged. It just pulls you right into the stress, doesn't it?
It really does. Instead, maybe try some gentle stretching, drink a glass of water, take just a few minutes for quiet breathing or meditation, maybe set an intention for the day.
Even just 10 minutes.
Dr. Vishnoi suggests even 10 peaceful minutes can make a big difference in how you handle stress later in the day. It's about starting from a place of calm, not chaos.
That makes a lot of sense. Another big one mentioned was diet. How does food connect to stress?
There's a really strong link. What you eat affects your mood, your energy, and your body's ability to cope. The sources recommend focusing on things like whole grains for steady energy.
Instead of sugar crashes.
Exactly. Lots of fruits and vegetables for vitamins and antioxidants. Omega-3s, like from fish or flaxseed, seem to help reduce anxiety. And magnesium-rich foods, leafy greens, nuts, help with muscle relaxation and regulating stress hormones.
So fueling yourself properly is like giving your body the right tools to handle stress.
Precisely. And on the flip side, limiting too much caffeine and sugar is important, as they can often make stress and anxiety feel worse.
Right. Which leads nicely into sleep. That stress-sleep cycle can be vicious.
Oh, it really can. Stress ruins sleep, and lack of sleep makes you less able to cope with stress. It's a tough loop.
So what helps break it?
Aiming for that consistent 7-9 hours is key. Having a regular bedtime, even on weekends if possible. Limiting screens before bed, that blue light, really messes with melatonin.
With sleep hormone.
Yeah. Creating a wind-down routine, maybe reading a book, a warm bath,
Yep.
and making sure your bedroom is cool, dark, and quiet. Basically signaling to your body that it's time to rest and repair.
Giving the system a chance to reset makes sense. Beyond these physical things, connecting with others was highlighted too.
Hugely important. Strong social connections act as a powerful buffer. Having family friends you can talk to, lean on. It provides emotional support, sense of belonging.
It reminds you you're not alone in it.
Exactly. And the sources stress, don't hesitate to reach out when you're struggling. Just talking things through can be incredibly helpful.
Good reminder. Okay, something else mentioned was limiting stimulants and screens generally, not just before bed.
Yes. Too much caffeine can just ramp up anxiety and make you feel jittery. And constant screen time, especially news or social media, can be really draining. It keeps your brain in this state of low-level alert.
That constant drip of information overload.
Right. So maybe setting a caffeine cutoff time, like 2 p.m., having a digital sunset where you put devices away an hour or so before bed, maybe being more intentional about how much news you consume, creating some boundaries around that input.
Boundaries seem to be a recurring theme. I also liked the idea of micro moments of joy. What's that about?
It's about intentionally sprinkling little bits of pleasure or peace throughout your day. Small things that feel light, playful, or calming.
Like what?
Could be anything, really. Listening to a favorite song and really listening. Stepping outside for 5 minutes just to feel the sun. Savoring a cup of tea. Petting your dog. Reading a few pages of a novel.
So finding those little sparks.
Yeah, and consciously making space for at least one each day. It helps reset the brain's stress response, reminding it that life isn't all pressure.
I love that. And speaking of pressure, setting boundaries in general, saying no, came up as vital.
Absolutely critical. Overcommitment is a huge source of stress for so many people. Learning to recognize your limits, time, energy, emotional capacity, and saying no respectfully when something is too much or doesn't align with your priorities, that's crucial.
It feels hard sometimes saying no.
It does, but it's really an act of self-care. Protecting your resources prevents burnout. It's about respecting your own limits.
Okay. Another positive strategy mentioned was engaging in hobbies.
Yes, hobbies are a fantastic way to unwind and shift your focus. Painting, gardening, music, writing, whatever you enjoy, it takes your mind off the stressors.
Gives you that sense of flow, maybe.
Exactly. An accomplishment, enjoyment. It's important to make time for those things that nourish you, that aren't just obligations.
It reminds you there's more to life than the to-do list. Okay, one last habit. Gratitude.
Such a simple but powerful practice. Consciously focusing on what you're thankful for, big things, small things, shifts your focus away from the stressors.
Like deliberately looking for the good stuff.
Yeah. Your health, family, a nice moment, good coffee. Research actually shows that practicing gratitude is linked to lower stress levels and better well-being. Just taking a moment each day to reflect on what you appreciate can really change your perspective.
Amazing how these small shifts can add up. Now, there was an important bonus section in the article about when stress becomes overwhelming. What was the advice there?
Right, this is really key. While these strategies are great for daily management, sometimes stress goes beyond that. The sources advise seeking professional help if you have persistent sadness or anxiety that just won't lift.
Like it's more than just a bad week.
Exactly. Or if you're really struggling to function at work, home, with basic self-care, unexplained physical symptoms that worry you, or feelings of hopelessness.
It's okay to ask for help then.
Absolutely. Dr. Vishnoi emphasizes this. Reaching out is a sign of strength, not weakness. Talking to a doctor, a therapist, a counselor. They can offer support and guidance when things feel too big to handle alone. You don't have to go through that solo.
Such an important point. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the main takeaway?
I think the core message is, stress is part of life, yes, but it doesn't have to run your life. By consistently practicing some of these techniques, even small ones, and building these healthier habits, you really can build resilience.
No.
You can feel calmer, more in control.
And it's not about doing everything perfectly all at once, right? Just starting somewhere.
Exactly. Pick one thing that resonates. Try incorporating it this week. See how it feels. Small steps, consistently taken, make a big difference over time.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Thinking about all these strategies, the breathing, the movement, gratitude, boundaries, all of it. Which one of those small, consistent actions feels like it could create the biggest positive ripple effect in your daily life right now? And maybe, just maybe, could you decide to prioritize that one thing starting today?